Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to my channel. My name is Carla, and this is Crystal Chat. And this is a place where I come and talk about my love of crystals and different things about crystals. And we're just exploring. So this week, the theme that I picked was crystals for gardeners. I would love to be a gardener. I don't have that innate skill, so I tend to start and then stop. But I do have family members and friends who are super into gardening and very good at it. And I was thinking about gifts for the holidays coming up, and it seemed like a really good combination of things that I like that I could introduce to their world and that they might get a kick out of. So the things that interest me about crystals are the metaphysical properties. I got into crystals because I was interested in energy. And I will just say a disclaimer, I am not a medical practitioner, and nothing here should be construed as medical advice or mental health advice or anything like that. This is just talking about common crystal things. So there you go. Medical disclaimer, don't sue me. So I was looking at some crystals for gardeners. My sister is a gardener, and she has gotten a couple crystals that she's really drawn to. So I thought it would be a good thing to talk about. Like, what are some common crystals for gardeners? And also thinking of gifts that we can give to those in our life who are gardeners. So jumping right in, I have three that I want to talk about today. And the first one is moss agate. Moss agate, it's funny, it's not strictly an agate because it's not banded, but it's included in the agate family. And it's a variety of chalcedony, which is a mineral in the quartz family. So moss agate, it tends to be clear to milky white, and then it has tendrils within it that tend to look like moss, which is how it got its name. So a couple examples that I have, I'm going to start with this little moon that I have. There, you can see it. I think it really shows the qualities of my little fat fingers, of the white, the clear. You can see the green banding in there. And this is a really good example of when it looks really moss-like in there. And you can see through it. I also have this star, which you can see is much more dense with the green. You can still see it's got some of the clear white sections in it. This one's got some fun little pockets with some druzy, but this one has a lot more green in it. And that depends on where it was mined, what else was around it, how the carver decided to cut it. So moss agate throughout history and cultures has become known as a crystal of gardeners and agriculture. In the 18th century, European farmers used to actually hang moss agates from their plow, I was going to say vehicles, but they were horses and oxen, that they would hang the moss agate to help encourage a good harvest. Metaphysically, moss agate vibrates at a lower intensity, which I found really interesting. As I'm learning about crystals, when something catches my eye or I get interested, I do a lot of looking up. And when you look up online, sources are spotty. You don't know if it's true, not true. I have a couple books that I really put a lot of stock in. But I found it really interesting because I do know that crystals vibrate. Crystals are used, quartz is used commonly in a lot of things, but they actually measured moss agate and found it to have a lower intensity and vibration, a slower frequency than other stones. So I'm going to delve deeper into that because I think that's really cool and find out what other stones they've tested. But okay, going down a little rabbit hole there with that. But moss agate vibrates lower, but that makes it highly stabilizing and strengthening influence. It's good for balancing emotions and grounding you. It's also known as a stone of abundance. If you think about the process of growing, you plant a seed and it grows. So being representative of that, if you have a business venture and you're looking for slow, steady growth, moss agate is known for supporting that. So interesting little tidbit. This stone can be found all over the world. It's in the US, Brazil, India, Uruguay, South Africa, Australia, and Russia. So it's a very cool stone. It's very pretty. And here's one more. This is a tower that I have that I love, with lots of inclusions in it, lots of druzy. But here it's a good example. You can see the white and the clear spaces there in the corner, and then lots of green. So moss agate, I think, is my number one recommendation as a crystal for somebody who loves gardening. And that's moss agate. Moving on to our next one, which is rainforest jasper. All right, rainforest jasper is second on the list. Rainforest jasper is actually a green rhyolite, and this crystal was formed from lava from a volcanic eruption, and the rainforest variety comes from Australia. And what happens, the lava cools, and then in the pocket, sediment and different minerals form, and that's what creates the jaspers and the rhyolites. So here is an example. I have one here of a tower, and you can see the lush green, brown. It actually looks like how I might paint a forest in my head. With just the colors of the forest, really pretty, and kind of a lightweight stone compared to the agate. So rainforest jasper metaphysically has been linked to Mother Earth and devas, however you pronounce it, the little earth spirits. This is said to help you connect with the spirits of the earth. It can help you with manifestation. Again, when we're looking at the symbolism of the plants and the connection to earth, it's the growth and stimulating the growth. Another big thing with this rainforest jasper, because it's green, it's connected to the heart chakra, and it is metaphysically helping to bring friendly energies and friendly people into your environment. This one is less tied to actual planting and agriculture than the moss agate is historically, but rainforest, come on, it's green. It's great for a gardener. Say, hey, grow stuff. Use the rainforest jasper. That's stupid, and I'll edit that out, but that was fun to say. All right, so rainforest jasper will be very beneficial to you if you have a strong connection to Mother Earth. On the other hand, if you're somebody who feels a little disconnected from nature, or if you're in an urban environment, this crystal will help connect you back. Just to wrap up with the rainforest jasper, it has a nice, soft, loving energy. When you start to use it, it will connect you to the earth. You will feel more joy in your life. It promotes slow growth and bringing friendly people into your surroundings. It will help you align your busy life with a more natural rhythm and balance. And it also help you release your negative emotions. Jasper has a just commonly overall, jasper has something in it that kind of absorbs your negativity. So in that sense, it's a good one to have around if you're feeling that stress and negativity. It will support you. It will help clear that out. And then so that you can go back to being in balance. All right, now on to flower agate, which is actually a newer find in the crystal and mineral world. Flower agate is a type of agate that has light opaque chalcedony inclusions in it that resemble tiny floral formations. So this was recently discovered in Madagascar in 2018. And it's usually found in light pink with white flower inclusions. It's really popular among stone carvers and things because it's durable, it's easy to carve into different shapes. I have a couple examples. I have this pretty little heart here, and you can see it's clear-ish, and then it's got the little chalcedony that looks like little flowers in there. Really, really pretty and soft. Here's another little bitty star that I have in my collection, and in my shop I actually have a lot of stars and hearts because I'm a fan of the little shapes of crystals. They're nice to just have and carry around. So this one is interesting. Of course, it represents, with flowers, it represents the growth. If you look into certain pieces of flower agate, you can see pieces that look like seeds and pieces that look like flowers and pieces that look like stems. And it kind of represents the growth from seed to bud, and that evolution. So it can be representative of your transition and your change from one growth state to another. It's mostly found in pink, and like I said, this is new, and this really takes me down another rabbit hole, which I'm not going to do today, but because it was just recently discovered in 2018, aside from the properties of agate that have been established, we haven't had this mineral for hundreds and thousands of years, where some of the other crystals have been around for a long time, and we know that rose quartz is the stone of love, but in the past, it's 2022 now, so in the past 4 years since this is discovered, who's decided what the properties are and what it's going to help with, other than the association? So here's my little soapbox moment for always use your own gut and see how crystals speak to you. Just because it's supposed to make you feel happy and joyful, it might not resonate that way with you. It might be soft and quiet and comforting and not, exuberant and bubbly. Each crystal, okay, we're going to get weird. Each crystal has its own personality, and how you develop your relationship with your crystal can be very personal, and it might not be what it is for everybody else. So while I talk about the common properties and what people use them for, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is how it's going to resonate with you. So follow your gut. Okay, off the soapbox. So I just want to show off this other little heart. This is a really pretty one, and I really like the ones that have, this one has a pocket, and you can really see that piece of the solid chalcedony in there. Really, really cool. Really cool little piece. So that's it. That is, those are my 3 stones for today, talking about crystals that are good for gardening and gardeners. And for those of us who just love crystals, those are the ones we're talking about today. So thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. If you have different crystals that you've used, or gardeners in your life have really liked, go ahead and put a comment down below. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. So that's it. Thanks, friends. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.